I had on my phone that I was using in Chicago at home again. Last time I tried to use it, it was giving me some issues, and I'd really like to get it going again now. But it looks like everything's going good. Doing some water changes at the moment. Got all these tanks empty, so I got till about when I need to start emptying those that I can be on here, because my pump is way too loud. Well, since this is working now, let's see if I can collect some eggs. It doesn't look like anybody's on. You guys may not be getting a notification or not. I don't know, but let's, what I do first as far as collecting these eggs. Alright, there's some people. Now, I won't be able to read the chat too much here for you guys, but, yeah, I'm gonna, because I got the water changes going, and I'm going to try to collect some eggs from this blue Gularis. I just added the male in there and had the females out. But yeah, this mobile phone, it looks a lot better than the computer does. Playing problem error message when trying to view. Sweet. Everybody else says it looks good. Glad you guys all made it. I'll probably collect some eggs from these guys too. I actually just made a video about that, so I don't know if I'll make you guys wait till then or not. But I've only got so much time till this 120 fills up, and I'm going to try to grab these eggs before it does. So what I do, I get 2 containers. One, this is where I'll keep the eggs, the mops, when I first get them, and then I'll stick the old mops in here. But I'll show you how I go about collecting blue Gularis eggs. Hopefully the sound's better on this thing too. Southern says, send me some of those eggs. I don't really send eggs. I'd rather ship the fish. This cold though, man, I hate shipping in the winter. It's a pain. I gotta get a net. That's not my net I want. So I'm gonna take you guys on little ventures. Just walk you through it. Hopefully I don't get out of my Wi-Fi range. Oh, why did I get my net? I'm not catching fish. I'm so used to having to catch these guys. I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing here. Get with it. Alright, here we go. Collect these dang eggs. I need to get water out of here. Should have got the head cam. Free up my other hand. This top, it's not easy. Alright, here we go. Get some water in there. Shasimi said, did you buy an iPhone 7 or something? Excellent streaming quality. I am on an iPhone, I think it's a 7 or 6. I can't remember. They're always coming out with new ones. Alright. But I got a cheap app. It was only like $6. Wirecast Go. It works real well. This is the one I use at the Aquatic Experience. But for some reason when I was using it here, it was giving me troubles. Supposed to be getting a new modem from Comcast. That should help things out, because man, the quality on this phone is much better than the other. Even though I've been trying to mess with that program Bob uses, because it's pretty awesome. But I can't even get video figured out on there. Got like the windows figured out and everything, but I haven't got videos figured out. Maybe he'll teach me his ways someday. Yeah, it says it's still streaming. Alright, let's set this up here. Hopefully I don't drop my phone in here. See if we can find some eggs. Now these are blue Gularis again, Killifish eggs. I think I got everything I need. Let's see. So these are just spawning mops. It's just yarn all tied together. I actually got a video of how to do that as well. Now these have only been in there a day, but I saw them spawning yesterday, so Hopefully they didn't eat all the eggs. I kept them separated for a while too. Aha, there's an egg. Ah, but it's infertile, I think. Yeah, it's kind of squishy. I don't know if you guys see that. But blue Gularis eggs, if they're squishy like that, they're usually infertile. Because you shouldn't be able to squish them in between your fingers like that. So that egg's no good. But at least there was something there. That's promising. Let's see here. It'd be cool if I could get the chat on the screen with this phone too, but that would be a whole nother ball game. Man, another infertile one. That one doesn't even want to come off. Well, here we go. Here's a good one. This is what a good egg looks like. Get it up there so you guys can see. See how it's nice and round? It's actually got a little color to it, a little orange to it. You just roll it in your fingers. And, like, you don't have to be too delicate. Oh, where's my thumb at? There it is. Trying to look at the screen and this at the same time. But, yeah, that's how you collect them. Which I should have got this together. I use peat moss. I usually got peat moss sitting in a bag on my desk just for this. Let me move this camera over here. Alright. So I use these containers just like a little deli cup. And this peat moss has been damp for I don't know how long. I probably had this in this bag for well over 4 months. You don't need a whole lot of it. Just enough to get on the bottom. I do take the wood out and stuff because the wood can fungus. I've never had any issue with fungus with the peat moss either. Let's get that in there. Alright, as you can see, that guy's still on my thumb. Probably need a little more than that, but enough to cover the bottom here. Alright, yeah, that's a lot better. Alright, so now I just got that guy there and I just stick him on top. Like so. I'm going to fill in these holes a little better. No point in being stingy with this peat moss. Not like I can't get any more. I don't like to put too much in though for when you actually add water to it. That way it's not all just floating around everywhere. Get it going good. Alright. Well, that's sweet. Glad there was actually some there. Hopefully it don't. There we go. Gotta try not to forget about my tanks too. I gotta go wash my fingers off real quick so I don't want to get my peat moss in this. Give me a second. Glad this phone's working though. Oops, I'm stoked about that. Alright, let me kind of move you guys up a little more. Alright. Alright, here we go. See if we got any more here. Should be playing you guys some tunes. Should I turn on the, you'd have to listen to YouTube's music. Or I could just ramble on. Aha, here's another one. Now as far as how many they throw, it really depends on how well you're feeding them. And I mean, I haven't been feeding any live foods. This is just Right, my tropical granules I've been feeding them. Give them live food, you'll have a lot more coming from them. Only reason why I don't use live food is you never know what's going to come out of them, like parasites or hitchhikers. But when you grow your own, it's a different story. I just don't have time to grow my own. I've done it, it's just time consuming. I used to use microworms all the time too. For babies. There's another infertile one. But yeah, it only looks like 2 on that mop. So I'll go ahead and stick this back in my other container. And I'll just throw it back in the tank when I'm done. And repeat the cycle again. Now you don't have to collect them every day. Some people say you do. I would say collect them like, you can really collect them anytime you really want because they constantly breed all the time. I'll probably collect them again maybe in another 2 or 3 days. There's another egg just sitting there. See, just fell right onto my finger. Really had to do anything. I love how you don't have to be gentle with these eggs. And these are the only eggs I actually pick when it comes to breeding. I think I got it in there. Yep. Everything else I let breed naturally. Besides the CPDs, I had to collect their eggs. And probably some of my new breeding projects with the tetras and whatnot, they'll be a little different. Another egg. Sweet. Oh yeah, I wish I could see the chat. Let me see if I can get the chat on my computer so I can actually see your guys' chat as well. So that would be cool. Kind of missing out on the conversation and hanging out. But thought I'd at least bring you with me while I tested this. I've been testing the OSB encoder, but I've been doing that in private because I just don't really know what I'm doing with it. I see another egg at the bottom. Here's another one. At least this one was kind of worth it. Last time I collected there was only 2 eggs, that kind of bit. Mark's Ark says, what eggs are these? These are blue Gularis eggs. And Glorious, you better get to picking them eggs. Oh, there's another one. There's always some usually hiding in the crown of the mop too. Alright, are you guys getting tired of watching me pick eggs? Should I point you guys at a fish tank or something? I think I'm about done with this anyway. How are your Killifish? G. I don't have any Killifish right now. They're mostly juveniles to adults, getting pretty big. That's a big reason why I'm collecting some now, so I'll have some later. Having all the fish tanks that I do, I mean, it's hard to really put time forth to everything. As far as what you're breeding, maintaining, messaging, shipping, customer service, all that stuff. Accounting. And trying to be a stay-at-home dad at the same time. A lot of multitasking. Let's see. Might have some on the moss here too. Wasn't really planning on picking this out, but yeah, here's one. That looks infertile though, or it's just, I don't know. I'm not messing with it. Definitely infertile. This moss is really hard to see. if there was actually anything in there. It's funny, I got these blue Gularis in a rock tank, and a lot of times they'll just want to scatter in the rock opposed to in my mops. It's frustrating sometimes. Alright, let's see if we got anything in the container. Sometimes they'll fall off the mop too. If I was really doing it right, I'd have it in a bare bottom without the rock like I have right now. Oh, and if you're not a member yet, journal the American Killifish Association. That's a great club to join. There's their logo. They give that out like quarterly. As you see, it's March through April. You get those for being a member. So many cool fish in here. Let's whip through this real quick. There's some guy's setup. Gerald something, I can't pronounce the name, but cool setup. Talks about a lot of stuff. How to do things. Usually they got some killifish too, pictures of certain ones. See locations and where they find them and stuff like that. Some more killifish. Josh Douglas says, "Don't drop the phone." Inglorious Beta, yeah, I'm definitely wanting to go to that convention, especially since it's in Chicago, from what I heard, and I've been wanting to go to the convention for a long time. Now that it's actually close, I would kick myself if I didn't go. Alright, well, I got some eggs. Be worth my while. So I'll just stick this back in here. Let me put a light on the situation for you guys here. Alright. They always like to spawn over up here in front. I'm going to put a little bit on the side too, see if they go for that more this time. I actually probably need more mops in there. Probably make them more cozy. Look at that female. She was wanting to get a nibble. They're not too shy. Pretty neat fish. They can be real personable. One of the easiest fishes to catch too, obviously. Oh, swam out. Male, he's hiding though. Yeah, I think that's Barty Air. It's got some algae on it. All these tanks are looking rough with, these are my newer tanks. Newer tanks tend to go through a cycle like this, and they've been the most neglected. Got a bunch of babies in here. I don't know if this will pick it up. Oh, there you can kind of see a few. Whoop whoop, those are CPD babies. Excited about those. I'm gonna start a little CPD farm. Collecting eggs every other day. Oh, look at that nasty tub. I had to clean that out. It's all stopped up. But yeah. Whoa, I about killed you guys. Oh, I need to stay back from that room. I forgot. My Wi-Fi will kill that. I was gonna get a book that showed the time frame. Let me set you guys in here real quick while I go grab this book. So I do not want to kill it. I'm about to hit the button here. Hold on a second, guys. Earthquake! Oh no! Are your Anubias in this sub or on top, Lucas? Here, I'll show you real quick. Just got you set up, but the roots are kind of in the substrate, but you don't bury the rhizome. Then the Anubias will kind of take care of itself. Just don't bury the rhizome is the long part here. You don't want to bury that. IB says, and Glorious Beta says, what are you using for hooking up the cell phone? or holding up the cell phone. It's this, I was actually watching this YouTube crazy hacker, or crazy Russian hacker. He was doing these reviews for like cell phone gadgets, and this was one of the gadgets. It's like this metal wire thing that you can bend and flex wherever you want. It pivots and all that jazz, and it's pretty handy. That's actually this next video that I'm about to come out with on breeding CPDs. I use this on it to get a really awesome shot of them breeding while I was away from the tank. It's pretty cool. It was pretty cheap too. I found it on eBay. Alright, let me go grab that book so I can get to the next step with these eggs. Alright, took me a little while to find, which is surprising for me. Southern Fish Keeper, like a desktop lamp, yep. And as far as you guys chatting, I can only see like 4 chats at a time here on this thing. So if I miss anything, don't be mad at me. Charles says, hey LR, just got the fire reds in today. All are alive and well. Thanks for sending me an extra one. You're welcome. Glad they all made it with this crazy cold weather. And yeah, I always like to send some extra. It's not about the money for me. I mean, granted, I gotta pay bills, but I am not stingy. Let's see. Here we go. Blue Gularis. This is the book. This guy. I mean, there's a lot of books out there, but Edward Warner, this is an old school book. And not many of these were published, but Ed Warner and Ruth Warner, they bred tons of killifish. Like this, he was an old school legend. Unfortunately, he passed away. Let me get to the spot. So here's like incubation times and all that jazz. Has all the different types. So here we are with the, I'm not sure how to actually pronounce that, so I'm not even going to try, but luckily it says in parentheses Blue Gularis, which I knew anyways. But let's see, that's not even the right one, is it? Because it says a month and a half. Yeah, a month and a half. Okay, there it is. So peat, it says no, doesn't need peat, but you can do it in the water. But your success rate's not going to be as good as if you do it in peat. First food, I'm not sure what that is. And it has a thing up here. Nephalia, which is freshly hatched shrimp. So like brine shrimp, I'm guessing. And a 1.5 months. Oh, here it is. Lay on top of peat. That's what it is. Whether the fish are spawned in peat moss. Okay. It's been a while since I read this. I don't know if you guys see that alright, but okay, no, you don't need peat moss substrate for them to breed. Your brine shrimp for first food, 1.5 months, which is 6 weeks for the incubation time, and lay on top of peat, yes. And rate of growth is fast. So, yeah, I mean, it's got quite a few in here. This guy bred tons of stuff. What's the temp outside your house? Any snow? Yeah, there is snow, and it is freezing cold. It's supposed to be in the negatives. It's definitely been in the single digits like all day. Ivy Inglorious Beta said, holy cow, just looked that book up on Amazon, going for $86. No doubt. That's crazy. I believe it though, because this was actually one of the very last copies that I got. And yes, she even signed it. Ruth Warner signed it for me. I bought it in 2015. She signed it for me. Which, yeah, I was so glad that I actually got that book when I did. I knew I would have been kicking myself if I didn't. is that the plastic cup with peat moss, peat in it method. Yeah, it is. So there you can see here. You can see the eggs in there. That 125 is getting high on me. And there you can see the egg sitting on top. What's this white bit? I don't know. Looks funny. I'm gonna take it out. Alright, but let's see. We got 7 eggs. Not a whole bunch, but better than nothing. But that's the thing about blue Gularis, that's why you don't see them often, is because they don't throw a lot of eggs. So they are kind of a labor of love to breed. But what I'll do with this is, since it takes 6 weeks, let me get a marker here. Orange Sharpie. The only Sharpie I got. I don't even know where this Sharpie came from. It'll work. Let's see, it's the 6th. Let's find 6 weeks from now. Let's see. Oh, where's my mouse? Alright. Calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So right under the 10th, so the 17th. 2/17, they'll be ready. Alright. And see, you can always use these over and over because you can just X out. This one's got 2 eggs. I may try adding some water to it. Probably not. I mean, I only found 1 egg in it. Let me just stick you guys back up here again. But yeah, I only found 1 of the eggs that was in it, and it hasn't eyed up. Pull it out here for you guys. Now these have been in here for 6 weeks. But it's colored, it just isn't eyed up. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. Focus, Daniel-san. Yeah, it's just, I don't know if it's fertile or not. But hey, let's add water anyway, see what happens. Because that other egg's hiding in there somewhere. -2 here now. And Glorious Beta says, how often do you collect eggs? I really don't collect them that often because I just don't have time to. But since I'm running low on blue Gularis, I am going to start collecting more. Like, I'll probably collect them every few days. It depends on how many I'm wanting to breed out, really. So we'll give that some time and come back to it, see if anything actually comes out of it. I would be surprised if something did. I really don't need to be poking in there, that's dumb. But yeah. Yeah, I want the 70s back too. Cold and, or temp and years. No, I really don't want the 70s back in years. We wouldn't be able to do this if it was still the 70s. But yeah, definitely not a fan of winter. But yeah, now you guys can see in here a little bit more. There one is -24°C. Feels like 31°C. That sounds terrible. I don't know what that's in Fahrenheit, but that does not sound very good. The barbs, of course, they're all hiding. I don't know where the blue Gularis is. I got some blue Gularis in here as well, but they're hiding. They don't usually hide, and I gotta kind of hang out and hold this hose. Well, not really. I'll just clean it off later. Usually I don't like the top of my hose in the water, just because I don't like possible chances of certain algae going over and whatnot. There's a female blue Gularis. The next fish I want for this tank is going to be some sunfish, but they're not like any sunfish you've ever seen. I need to put my pump back on too. It's important. This is all my electrical for this stand, really. You see you rocking the striped tube socks, roller skating with your boombox. I do the boombox. I don't know about the tube socks. I can't stand tube socks. But arowana's doing good. He's getting big. Now I don't know if it's normal for the silver arowana to have so much red in it, but I'm digging it. Definitely digging it. North Saskatchewan, Canada. Yeah, I bet that is cold. Ugh. She got a sore on her head from trying to jump, hitting the top of the egg crate. This is one of my favorites too, but it sits so low. That's a Alani rainbow fish right there. He's not very colored up right now though. Yeah, there he goes a little bit. Now we got the camera on it. This one I can't remember. I think it may be a goiter. Some golden mountain white clouds back there. One special purple passion Daniel. There's a younger Alani. I need to get breeding those again. They're really cool fish, and I'm kind of barely hanging on the strain right here. Here you go. There's a shrimp. There's an orange neocaridina living with all these fish in here. There's a Soodle. Gertrude. Some bronze crypt. What do you feed your killifish fry? I just crumble up my tropical, tetratropical granules and that's what they eat. There's a Placo. Got a few bristlenose in here too. There's some pencil fish. Some glass cats in here too. Oh, there's a Cory cat. There's all kinds of fish in here. There's a Raphael cat somewhere too. They hide real good. There's some more of the bristlenose. Let's see, glass cats. There's all the glass cats. They normally come out during a water change. They might not like this cooler weather. Kind of see them there from the top. I love top views. Thanks, Sergeant. Kelly's didn't eat. Hey Lucas, any experience with Wanamensis? I had some, but they weren't true Wanamensis. And unfortunately lost them in a bad accident. I think it was the CO2, or not the CO2, but the air killed them. Oh, there's a pygmy Cory cat. I didn't even know I had any of these still in here. This tank's kind of a hodgepodge. There's another shrimp. She's all saddled up. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, V-Stag. It's getting close. Last night, or not last night, but I think it was, whose live stream was it? I think it was Bob's. I flooded a tank twice. Just from not paying attention. Or no, it wasn't Bob's, it was KG Tropicals I was watching. Ended up flooding it twice. There are false Wanamensis, and how do you tell the difference? The anal fin touches the dorsal fin, or the back fin. I think those are the right fins. Do you have cichlids if you... The shell, I don't have any cichlids. I got rid of all my cichlids. Like everybody does cichlids around here. I don't really have room for them. Because what about tropical flakes? Ever used them? No, I'm not a big fan of flake foods. I don't know, if I was a fish, I wouldn't want to eat flake food. I would want something more heartier, like a granule. But I mean, you could crush those up and use them for fry too. Alright, I'm gonna have to set you guys down. Well, you guys are gonna have to stare at the ceiling just for a split second, because I gotta wash the bottom of this off just for my own OCD. Alright, now I got it moved up here. Well, cherry shrimp breed in cooler water, 65, 68. Not very well. They may, but not. They do. I'd be surprised. They don't. Their metabolism slows down a lot when they're in cooler water. Where are these fish? Oh, here he is. He's being shy. And you can't really see him. It's kind of dark. And he's turned the wrong way. Either way, I gotta put more dechlor in here real quick. Oh, forgot about that. Don't want to do that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, something like that. But this is wet coat dechlor. It doesn't have a label on it. That's what I use to dechlor. Later, Tommy. Aiden says, what bristlenose or what plecos do you have? They are bristlenose. River 2 says, shrimp keepers don't like cichlids, they eat our preciouses. I do like cichlids, but yes, they will eat them. For sure. And male blue Gularis came out for a second. Wow, he's just chilling on the rock. You don't see him doing that very often. Get some dechlor in this tank up here. 10, 20, 30, 40. This is a nice fire red. Which this is actually a mixed tank of cherries and fire reds. I wish I could find, when the water gets up, I'll be able to show you guys these fish. They're down here hiding, but there you can kind of see 1, 2, 3. Those are cool fish, the Dory TI. Here's the community blue Gularis tank. Quite a bit of females in there. Males. Here's a male. That's redneck counting right there, Sergeant says. Southern says it counts like me, that's funny. Was the Wanus mensis that have their anal fins touch their, yes, caudal fin, yeah, that's what it is. Later, Josh, or, well, you may be saying that to somebody else. Let's see. I have a wild pair of killifish. How do I breed them? It depends on the killifish. There's all kinds of wild killifish, like hundreds. I need to put my Millennium Orange Rainbows in here. Lucas, you need to get some shell-dwelling cichlids. Yeah, they've been getting real popular lately, and they are neat. I won't lie, they are pretty cool. I have thought about it, but it's not high priority. Let's see here. I have a few fire red from original 10 cherry line, had for 6 years. Skilled at hovering. Hey Music Man, I see you use the same highly scientific method for adding water conditioner as I do. Yep. Here's some red Wapanga juveniles and fry in here. They're kept with some shrimp as well. Really hard to see with the light. Here's my terrarium. So this is just part of my fish room. As many as you know, it goes on and on. That one's off already. These are actually turned over. There's the new tanks. They're probably going to be sitting there for a while. Try to keep myself motivated. Throw that stuff in front of my face. Looks like they're all doing the mannequin challenge. You do 70% water changes? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do more. Since the substrate's so full of beneficial bacteria with this EcoComplete, I don't really have to worry about taking too much of the water out because it's all kind of its own ecosystem. And here we got some dwarf neon rainbow fish and some Bomani juvenile rainbow fish. Last list says, I had 2 gold paint checks. I love them. They were putting on size by the day, but they were in a community with crazy cribbiness girl that made them jump. Yeah, you gotta be careful with killifish. They'll jump. They are jumpers. You can train them not to jump, like rainbow fish. People think I'm crazy for saying it, but you can train a fish not to jump. You just gotta hold them out of water for a little while till they realize that, hey, I want to be in water. I don't want to be out of water. And they'll remember it. Because, I mean, as you see, I've got all these rainbow fish, which are well known to be jumpers. But everyone's been trained that has been put in this tank. And they do not jump. Open top. This is really my only closed top. Besides my blue Gularis one over there, which actually, whew, get distracted. I didn't put my top back on. Everybody's accounted for. Male's out. There's one cool fish. Do you have any bamboo or wood shrimp? I don't. Training rainbows. Yep, training rainbows. You can do it. You can train jumpers not to jump. Oh man, this power cord's in here and everything. It's not good. Need to rinse these containers out too. Need like one of them body cams. Oh, I can't. I'll end up losing Wi-Fi. I don't want to lose Wi-Fi. I got 2 Wi-Fis I can bounce off of. And in between it gets kind of rough. I still got empty water in these. There's a bunch of cherry shrimp. This is where I had some Millennium Orange babies growing out. Had 2 of them come out of it. There are some Philippine blue angelfish. Pair. They constantly throw eggs, but I never get any actual babies out of it. I think I need to soften the water up more for them. They always eat their eggs. And Gloria says, sometimes I hear my fish bumping the lids at night. Yeah, the ones I do have lids on, I hear them bumping them all the time. I've actually had a male blue Gularis knock himself out and drowned himself. Found him dead from hitting the top too hard and knocking himself out. So now I don't let them see each other. I'll use the invisible fence collar. I wish he would turn sideways. Oh well, let's move on. There's not much in here. Signifer and some other, which I'm waiting to put substrate in here. Eventually I'm going to put Eco in there. Night Megan Gray. I gotta try to that if I ever get killies. And here I've got some upper tour rainbow fish I'm breeding out. The female's looking kind of dull right now. The male, he is super colored up. He's probably been stressing her out a little bit. She's looking skinny. Should probably take them out. They've been in there a couple weeks. Empty, empty, empty. But definitely waiting on getting EcoComplete so I can do these tanks up better. I just can't afford it right now, or I would. I'm working on getting this unclouded too. I'm going to start replanting it. Still a lot of fish in there. Got some neons, some of the Venezuelan cory cats, which are also called pygmies sometimes. Red koi angel. Some little chili raspberries. Hey Penny, how's it going? Saran wrap lid could be soft clear lid, but it's unsightly. Yeah, I actually got this immerse HC I've been trying to grow using saran wrap. But it's looking good. It's growing out a little bit. Just water, rocks, and some HC. Ruru says, put the spawning slate in the back of the tank and put some frog bait tank to block line of sight. The angels might get spooked by people walking by and eating the eggs. Interesting. That may be the issue because lately they've been hanging out back a lot and putting the eggs on the glass back there probably to just keep people away. I bet you. That's a good idea. Let's do that now. No better time than now. Because if I don't, then I probably won't get to it. And I've got these guys in my tap water. So they're in extremely hard water right now. Alright. Shootsy scores. Had to kind of throw it back there. Let's see, have you got any Paratea australianus shrimp? No, I don't. Not really sure what those are, to be honest. Man, now I gotta wash my arm real quick. Let me put you guys on a tripod here real quick. I gotta rinse my arm. Then we'll see if there's any fry in this killie thing. Shouldn't take me long. You guys keep an eye on my tank and make sure it don't flood for me. Alright. Only bad thing about streaming on my phone is it eats the battery real quick. Well, you're up late. Yeah, I'm always up late. Like, I don't go to bed till normally 3 or 4. That's why the days I gotta watch my son, it's so rough. Because he gets up at like 7. How much are your cherry shrimp? They're $1.50. Oh my, I got duckweed in my wine while listening and doing water changes. That's good for you. Vegetables. I killed all my duckweed. I spray Excel on top of it. It'll kill your duckweed. Floating plants don't like to get wet on top of them. You want to kill a floating plant, get them wet on top. Let's see. I may have to do my live streams tomorrow on this if it works well. Just have to make sure everything's plugged in. I'm interested in getting a few shrimp. What kind of water is best for them? For Neocaridina, you want hard water. For Caridina types, you want soft water. So your crystals and bees, they're all soft water. Your cherries, oranges, and all those colors, goldenbacks, they're all hard water. Most of my shrimp, they're all hard water. All the ones I got for sale are hard water. Here's an Dory TI coming out a little bit. Getting scared. Southern says he is OCD, yeah. Definitely when it comes about washing my hands and stuff, I don't know. I've just always been that way. Especially with these tanks kind of trained me to be that way. That's a double cross. Ooh, what dropped? Gularis? Organization is key for sure. For sure. I'm all about organization too. One may The sergeant says, Lucas, one may have attempted to jump. You better give it all timeout. Yeah, exactly. That's what you gotta do. I mean, when I do find them on the floor and they jump, I'll give them a time. Well, they kind of learn actually from that too. And it's funny because I think they tell each other. Because I've had times, a lot of tanks where one would jump out and a lot of them would be jumpers, but that one goes back and you never get a jumper again because they kind of tell each other. Let's see. Hard to keep up with chat here. Is it okay to mix two different lines of shrimp of the same color? Well, it depends on where you get them. If you got good genes from somewhere, man, he doesn't look happy. If you got good genes from somewhere, then you don't want to blend them with bad genes. So it's better to get really good genes and get a quantity of them to get a deeper gene pool than to actually mix lines. I am going to sit you guys down for a second because I need to put something on this power head and I need to see why he's acting funny. Just real quick. Oh, I need to not forget this tank too, it's getting close. How's your python staying in place up there? I prop it up on my lights. And there's actually my garage door rails right there that it's propped up on too. I'm going to get some endlers from Livefin. Which should I get? The ones you like best. He's got all kinds to choose from. What is your monthly water bill? My water bill and gas bill is about the same as my electric now. I'd pull it out, but it had a disconnect notice on it. It was about 200, I think almost 250 for this last month. Alright, I gotta get this tank. Well, whoa. This is what I needed. I don't want to forget to cover this one either, because he is definitely a jumper. I'm going to wash my hand real quick before I touch that thing. Okay, let's see here. I like to put a little carbonate cell in too when I'm doing my water changes. Just kind of help the plants out a little bit, give them that carbon they need. I dose it kind of like I dose everything. I need to fill this up. This is just kind of like what they'd use for boxers and stuff, for giving their water. Ugh. Alright. But yeah, the longest part about doing water changes is filling up. I was not wanting to get in front of the camera either. I haven't showered for like 2 days. Let's see. Alright. Alright, how'd you get that growth on that tank of that glass? Just really time. Time kind of did it. It looks cool though. Like a natural background. Will overflow. Dang, those tanks are high. Yeah, they're a stretch. They're not my tallest though. A couple of them, I wish I didn't even make my rack as big as I did because they are way too tall. Man, why are these guys being so shy? Another nice red there. Come out, come out. Still gotta feed them. Probably wondering where their food is. But yeah, I really need to do some work here with these saltwater tanks. I got these 75s over here that I'm going to end up putting down here where these 55s are and using these as terrariums. But once I get this rack finally done, I'll do a tank count. I'm just waiting on substrate. Like most of my tanks right now, I'm just waiting on substrate. Like I'm planning on getting like 50 bags of Eco Complete from Carib Sea, but I'm trying to get it at a decent price so I don't go broke. Let's see. Have you ever used trello wood in shrimp tanks? I don't use them, but I mean you can. You should invite Gularis betas over to do water change on all those top tanks or tall tanks. That'd make for good footage. What's up, lazy fish keeper? Wait, that's nothing. I once accidentally went 4 days without shower. Days fly when waiting for a response on job application. Yeah, I mean, I've never used to skip days, but ever since I started doing this, like full time, I've had no choice but to skip days because of just time. It's like you either get what you need done or you take a shower. Anyway, see you, Lucas Nate. See you, Laszlo's. This is a rare crab. I can't remember what name it is though. I think it's some kind of nuri. If you guys didn't notice, there's a pink flamingo crypt there too. I'm trying to get that grown out. Lymphnophilia aromatica. It's not very colored up. There's another. I think that's a mutant nuri. Hasn't been growing very well. This is ADA soil, old ADA soil. So I don't know. I may end up sticking it in some Eco Complete. Alright, my battery's hit 10%. So it's about to die, and last time it died and I was still on stream, the stream got stuck in limbo forever, so I'm going to have to call it a night. Here. But before I go, Catfish Cave says, what's your favorite aquarium book? We know what Gianni's is. Who's Gianni? I don't know who that is. I don't think. My favorite aquarium book, though. That's a very, very tough question. I've got this old breeder's book. Like, I don't know. That's a really tough question. It's hard to really have a favorite book. It's kind of like having a favorite fish. There you can kind of see him. Look at the red on this guy. It's insane. Time for Bob's stream. Yeah, is Bob on here? Is he going to get on? He's in a later time zone, so it's still kind of earlier for him. Later, Ruru. Jamie. Do it every day. Lucas, would you recommend Eco Complete for a shrimp tank? Yes, I would. Especially if you're keeping neocaridinias. Now, there's other substrates that are better for caridinia that are more acidic. But yeah, alright, I better hop off here before it's too late. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and it's been fun. Peace.